Good morning. Welcome to day 27 on the Appalachian Trail. Moving slow this morning, trying to get the body warmed up, ready for my 13-mile day over to Mount Collins shelter. I'm gonna say goodbye to people I've been hiking with the past 2 days. They're doing the 7 miles to the shelter just before Kuwohi, and then they're gonna go into town. Whereas I'm trying to get as close as I can to Newfound, then I'll go into town from there. I did sleep pretty well in the shelter last night, so I still haven't decided if I'm going to Nero into Gatlinburg or just dip in and get some lunch since I'm now short a meal. And also cramping because girl problems today. My shin's feeling a bit better, so I think I made a good call by staying at that shelter last night. It only bothers me on the downhill, and thankfully today is mostly uphill. Now that's a phrase you probably don't hear many through hikers say. Thankfully, it's uphill. We had a really nice group at the shelter last night, mostly women sleeping in the shelter, which was kind of fun. It's pretty quiet last night. I think that's why I slept so well. But there was one of the ladies who, she's out here for 2 days, and she packed out all of the Thru hikers' trash, which was so sweet. Like, I noticed a difference in my pack between the food I've eaten the last 2 days and the trash that she packed out. So thank you so much. So kind. It's like the best kind of trail magic, honestly. Oh, all right, it's a beautiful day. Let's get moving. Just want to give a little PSA if you're hiking in the Smokies. I made a mistake the other day when I left my pack at the base of Shuckstack. Nothing happened, but another guy I know did that. He actually left it with somebody, and he got written up by the Ridgerunner because you're not supposed to ever leave your pack unattended in the Smokies because of bear activity. So, sorry. I was not really aware of that. And also, I just went to use the restroom in the woods and I carried my pack a little with me. Normally I like to leave it right on trail so I can see where I'm going back to, and so people know oh, there's a person over there using the bathroom. But I took it with me this time, which felt really weird. I don't know. I don't really want to get written up though. There's turkeys running up there on the trail. Oh, they're over there now. Time for my first snack of the day. While the trail's a little flat and I can eat and walk. They're slowly starting to update the signs, it seems. We got 7.4 till Kawohi. If I had known this is what the trail looked like the rest of the way to the shelter, I might have pushed on yesterday. I just knew I couldn't do any more of those loose rocks and roots and all that, but I don't want to jinx it. This is nice. Just stopped here at Syler's bald shelter. I know that sounds weird coming out of my mouth because there was already a Syler's bald, but this is different. This is the one in the Smokies. Rambo was really sweet and took all our water down there and filled it up so I didn't have to make the trek down to the water. But heading up the rest of the way, and we should have a little view of Kawohi up here. The crew I've been with is just going 2 miles to the next shelter, and then me and another guy are heading, I think it's about 7 more miles, which will set me up good for Newfound Gap tomorrow if I decide to go into town just for lunch or for a Nero. We shall see. We're thinking that's Kawohi up there through the trees. We shall see though. She a fancy privy. At the step, what? I'm sorry. Why is this handicap accessible? I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but what?
A bunch of people in and out. A little tricky aggression. Sun on the trail.
Looks like it holds something precious in the middle. The views are looking back behind us.
Ramp to take you up to the top. Were you an oddity? Were you popular? No, they go, yeah. That's true.
We made it here to Kuwohi.
Oh,
I think it's back that way that we'll go.
yeah.
What's even crazier is like we hiked all of that. That's Fontana down there. It's the trail's highest point.
Oh, look at that. You are here. Look at that. That's really cool.
That's what I want, like just along the trail in random spots. No, this is what the trail has been today. Just lots of steps. Careful footing. I feel like I'm hiking out in Colorado. All these rocks. Coming up on Mount Collins Shelter. It's almost 7. Might have to set up the tent tonight because it looks like it's a full house. All right, here's our water source down here at Mount Collins Shelter. I should probably not say shelter because you have to hike 0.1 down to get to it. But thankfully it is flowing. Fill up our waters and then make the trek back up. The shelter is super crowded tonight, so I won't be taking any video up there. So I'm going to do my end of day vlog down here by the water source. I did get a spot in the shelter. However, Sniper's also in the shelter. That does mean if a section hiker comes and has a reservation for the shelter, we will be kicked out and we have to set up our tents because they're the last ones to get here. But that is what it is. It's a risk I am willing to take. We've got 5 miles into Newfound Gap tomorrow, so nothing too crazy, but I think I'm going to stay in Gatlinburg. The terrain here in the Smokies is just crazy. My feet will appreciate a 5-mile day, and if I got back on trail, I would only do 3 miles anyway, and I can tack that on to the next day when I'm feeling fresh and just able to get some sleep in a hotel, which is kind of important. Today we did 13 miles, and that was AT miles. Oh my gosh, there's a deer over there. Oh. Anyway, we did 13 AT miles, 14, a little over 14 total because we did the side trail over to Klingman's or Kawohi. Sorry, that's going to take me a while to get used to. And then I did some side trails to go get water and whatnot today. So it'll come right in at 14 and a half for me, which is a pretty big day here in the Smokies. I think trying to do 17 or 18 in here is crazy, and power to those of you carrying a pack who can do that. I could definitely slack pack that, but not with a full pack. I'm realizing 12, 13, 14 is kind of my feel good cutoff, and I want to enjoy it. So I'm going to keep that in mind when I plan for the rest of the Smokies. Otherwise, tomorrow heading down into Gatlinburg, and I'm going to get some water right now, but I will see you all in the morning for another great day of hiking. 200 miles officially on the AT.